So Tim Cook comes calling in 2014, and had you ever met Steve Jobs? Had you ever met Tim Cook? Was this totally out of the blue? Tell us about this.
No, I had never had the honor of meeting Steve Jobs. I had followed him. I was a fangirl. And I, in interviews, would say that we turned the company around because of Apple, because of all that their technology enabled us to do all over the world. And when Tim called the first time, I, told him, thank you very much. I'm incredibly honored, but I have the greatest job in the world, so, no thank you. Because I'm loyal, and if you come from where I come from, you always put people first, and I had an amazing team, and we were on an amazing run and just acquired the beauty business back, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I couldn't even fathom, leaving my kids who were now in university, but they were, patient and persistent. So I tell my kids those are two great attributes to have.
So we did the first big on the record story about Angela last year in the Most Powerful Women issue. Jennifer Reingold, who is hosting tonight, did a wonderful story, interviewed Angela for the first time on the record, and you explained that that you told Tim Cook specifically, what did you say to him? I'm not a...
Oh. Well, the very first time we chatted, I was home for the holidays. I was living in London for almost 9 years, and so we were home to Indiana for the holidays, and I think they knew we were going to be home, and so they said, would you please fly out and meet Tim? And again, it was an honor to meet him. I mean, I, again, admired everything he was doing at Apple, so I did. But my mission was to talk him out of me, and so I said, don't believe everything you read. I am not a techie. I honestly asked my daughter, I'm absolutely not a techie. And he was so calm, and he just shook his head, and he said, I think we have 10,000 of those. I think we're covered there. And then I said, but you don't understand. I'm actually not even a great retailer. I said, we do so much more than that. And yes, we have retail stores. And he just very calmly, he said, last time I looked, we have the most productive stores in the world. So I think we've got some really good operators too. So it's like, oh, okay. So it seemed like, and at one point he said, he just looked at me and he said, you're supposed to be here.
Wow. Wow.
And I said, how do you know that? And he said, because I watched your TED Talk, and trust me, you're supposed to be here.